In 19th century America, we can't do it like nobody can we have. H. Holmes, the American Ripper and the Donner. Party can eat you alive, but they ain't got nothing on the blue eye. 6 Lizzie Borden in the bloody benders, but with the kissing cousins and a woman scorned. It's a crime of passion and illicit infatuation. Murdered with a butcher's keen blade. Yes, America can do murder like nobody can.
Jamie here with Country Diggers. Today we're going to go into the story of the torso slayer, Viola Hyatt. And I'll be reading from the Anniston Star, and Brandt Ayers wrote the story. So stay tuned. Okay, the article is called Face to Face with the Torso Slayer by Brandt Ayers. In 1960, Anniston Star publisher Brandt Ayers was just a cub reporter. One of his more memorable assignments was a jailhouse interview with torso slayer Viola Hyatt. Ayers tells the story in this excerpt from his memoir, In Love with Defeat, The Making of a Southern Liberal by New South Books. Every reporter remembers his first murder story, and mine was a doozy. The mystery began in the summer of 1959 with the grisly discovery in nearby Gadsden of a legless, armless, faceless torso. A day later, a couple picking berries pulled back a branch and uncovered a horrifying sight. A second legless, armless, faceless torso. Associated Press labeled the mysterious slayings the Mr. X and Mr. Y murders. We speculated that they were gangland murders, possibly the result of an underworld civil war between the Alabama Hill-based White Whiskey Ring and the Tennessee Red Whiskey Ring. I'll have to do a history on that one day. The speculation ended when employees of the Anniston Army Depot noticed that the Harper brothers, Emmett and Lee, had not been at work for several days. They had been living in a trailer on a farm in Rabbittown where Viola Virginia Hyatt lived with her father. All Viola said about the motive was, "They done me wrong." Okay. In fact, she was alleged to have been in the midst of a dual sexual encounter with the brothers. Her business with one concluded, something was said, and the other brother covered himself with a handkerchief in a manner she found insulting. The punishment she exacted was hardly equal with the offense. She stole into the trailer at night with her daddy's shotgun, emptied a chamber into each brother's face, and dragged the bodies outside. There, in order to fit the disposal task to the dimensions of a wooden wheelbarrow, she cut off their arms and legs with her daddy's double-bit axe. Making several trips, she deposited the parts on a terrapin in the back seat of the family car. She drove through the night on a journey that touched several northeast Alabama counties, throwing an arm out here and a leg out there, rolling out the two torsos. Okay. After her arrest, she took sheriff's deputies on a ghastly treasure hunt to relocate the pieces. And deputies stated as fact that she had kept more private treasure in parentheses, in the freezer. Lorena Bobbitt never attained such rank as a folk villain. Oh man, I remember Lorena Bobbitt's story. Wow. Wouldn't you hate to have been her husband? I met Viola in the basement of the old county jail, where she returned from her sanity hearing at Bryce Hospital, the state mental health facility in Tuscaloosa, where she was declared sane and competent. A big woman wearing a simple Camilla red dress and red shoes appeared in the door, dwarfing little Sheriff Roy Sneed Sr. She walked past me with a dignified strut towards a tiny elevator guided by the sheriff, who turned aside my interview request with, "She's going to jail." Intrepid reporter that I was, I entered the elevator with them and found myself belly to belly with an axe murderess. My congealed brain could produce only the question, "Are you afraid?" Matter of factly, she replied, "No, why should I be?" She had me there. We chatted through the bars for a few minutes, but I didn't have the experience and composure to get her to talk much about her life. Viola, ever mysterious and taciturn, pleaded guilty, was a model prisoner in Julia Tutwiler Prison, and returned home after 10 years to lead a quiet life until she died in 2000. Well, there is more to the story than that, but you have to pay. And I don't want to pay. But I might buy the book. I wouldn't mind paying to buy the book. But anyway, that was it, and I hope you enjoyed. See ya.